There is a version of this story the public sees, carefully framed for cameras and headlines. Then there is the deeper reality, hidden beneath composed statements and the poised demeanor of a woman navigating the unimaginable. Most have only witnessed the surface, a composed face, measured words, and a performance that inspires admiration. But the real tragedy is layered, unseen, and far more devastating than any public moment can convey. Understanding the full scope requires looking beyond what is shared, beyond the videos and statements, into the quiet, private struggles unfolding behind the lens. Public strength, private turmoil. At 54, Savannah stands as a picture of composure during a crisis that has gripped her life. On camera, she appears strong, dignified, and unshakable, qualities the public admires and labels as strength. Yet beneath this veneer lies the behavior of survival, honed over decades. Since childhood, she was taught that stopping, faltering, or showing weakness would cost her something she could never afford to lose. This conditioning, embedded over a lifetime, shapes every moment, turning public composure into an act of necessity rather than choice. Strength is survival, and survival is not always visible to the world. The personal battle. The public sees Savannah fighting to bring her mother home, but another battle runs silently alongside it. Even at 54, she is grappling with a question that has defined her life. Am I enough? Every press statement, every controlled appearance conceals a deeper internal struggle. A battle for validation and approval that began in her mother's kitchen decades ago. Her performance is not just for the cameras or the public, it is for a voice that shaped her life. Even amid fear, exhaustion, and grief, she continues to navigate the invisible standards, set long before she could question them. The weight of time. The timeline of this tragedy deepens its impact. Nancy was taken on or before February 1st. By February 9th, 8 days had passed. 8 days without her vital medications, 8 days in captivity at 84, and 8 days of an investigation involving law enforcement, media scrutiny, and ransom demands. Each day brought silence, uncertainty, and unbearable waiting. For those outside the circle of investigation, the weight of such silence is nearly impossible to comprehend. Each passing hour carries a multitude of possibilities, all equally grim, leaving loved ones to bear burdens they cannot define or ease. Composure in crisis. Savannah released public statements days into the crisis, each word measured, each appearance structured. She demonstrated composure in the face of fear, rehearsing steadiness until terror could not break through. The world applauded her courage, admiring a display that seemed superhuman. But what remains unseen is what transpired in private. Moments of vulnerability, grief, and human fragility that were never shared. Away from cameras, she was simply a daughter with a missing mother, 2 young children, and an impossible timeline she could not control. There, the rawness of fear and grief could breathe without performance. Walls built over a lifetime. Even surrounded by love and support, Savannah remains inaccessible in many ways. The protective walls built over decades of shared life with her mother are nearly impenetrable. Even with those closest trying to help, the structures formed by lifelong conditioning make full connection almost impossible. Her desire for comfort and relief collides with a deeply ingrained expectation to maintain control. The one voice capable of giving her permission to lower her defenses, the voice of the mother who raised her, was absent. In her absence, the walls hold, and Savannah must endure alone what the world perceives as strength. The complex mother-daughter relationship. The tragedy is not only external, but rooted in a 54-year relationship between mother and daughter. Nancy's love was real and fierce, shaping every part of Savannah's identity, but it was entwined with expectations and standards. Love communicated primarily through achievement and composure creates an unquenchable hunger, one that professional accolades or public admiration cannot satisfy. This hunger manifests in the quiet, persistent question Savannah has carried since childhood. Am I enough? Not for the audience or colleagues, but for the mother whose voice guided her life. It is a question without shortcuts, unaddressed by public validation. The quiet tragedy, this internal struggle, is a tragedy rarely seen or spoken of. Savannah has been celebrated by millions, admired for courage and poise, yet the deepest longing remains unmet. The need for unconditional, unequivocal affirmation is invisible on camera. It is a quiet sorrow, unfolding in private, absent from headlines. Her life, marked by accomplishment and public admiration, cannot fill this void. The world witnesses her strength, but what is truly needed is simple, human acknowledgement. Love without expectation, validation without performance, the reassurance that she is enough just as she is, a message of love. Those who understand the depth of this story recognize what Savannah has always sought. Words that require no achievement, no composure, no proof. The greatest gift is not instruction or counsel, but simple affirmation. The words that would allow her to finally rest, even briefly, are those every child deserves. I love you. Love expressed unconditionally, without standards or requirements, is what her life has long sought. These words delivered by the one person whose authority shaped her identity have the power to provide solace and repair the quiet, enduring pain she has carried for decades. The ultimate tragedy, the deepest tragedy, lies not in the kidnapping itself, the ransom, or the media scrutiny. It lies in the absence of the one person capable of offering what Savannah has long needed. Her life has been a performance of strength taught by the mother she loves. Yet that love came with conditions she could never fully satisfy. In this moment of crisis, the person who could dissolve her lifelong struggle with one simple truth is unreachable. The public sees bravery, the world admires composure, but the true heartbreak exists beyond cameras, in private vulnerability, unacknowledged and unmet, the hope for resolution. When Nancy finally walks through the door, the resolution will not only be in the safety of her return, it will lie in the unspoken acknowledgement of Savannah's lifelong effort to meet impossible standards. The words she needs most: you are enough. You have always been enough. I have loved you from the beginning, and I love you still. Carry a weight unmatched by any public accolade or achievement. The moment those words are shared, decades of internal struggle, fear and longing could find peace. It is a hope that transcends headlines, a private restoration that the world can barely imagine. Conclusion: beyond public strength, this story is about more than a public crisis. It is about the private tragedy and endurance hidden behind strength. Savannah's composure is survival, her achievements a testament to conditioning, and her public courage only a fragment of her reality. The deepest pain stems from unmet love and the unvoiced question she has carried for 54 years. True resolution lies in simple, unconditional affirmation. When that comes, It will not be a spectacle for the world, but a private, transformative moment. Strength will remain, but the quiet weight of longing will finally lift.